please respect the local customs.
Tea parties are a must for the well-mannered. If you'd like to learn the proper etiquette, I'd be happy to teach you.
What's the big deal? It's all a bunch of nonsense.
Is King Dashret really gonna come back from the dead? What a wild and desolate sight! Allow me to grant you the blessing of water. Off we go! I'm going in!
The wind knows me. Looks like I went too far.
Stop that!
Shine down!
Take them. I have no need.
Adventure time!
They got here before us.
Uh-oh. Is it because Paimon overslept by 5 minutes and held everyone up?
Is everything ready?
Absolutely. Although, you brought fewer people than I imagined.
Bring him over.
Grandpa! Why is there only one of them?
Raman, I've always thought of you as a man of his word. What's the—
It's a one-for-one exchange. Sounds fair. And let me put it this way. Agreeing to any kind of deal with the Dendro Archon's people is already...
You stay right there!
Playmate! What do you think you're doing? Don't you see this blade here?
You coward! Why are your hands shaking?
Wait a second! It's a earthquake!
Paimon's dizzy.
This day's going just—
The sand dune collapsed. I saw an energy field. The village keeper, it glowed green with Dendro. Just like you said, it may well have been the remains of Lesser Lord Kusanali's power inside. The Dendro Archon.
Grandpa? Grandpa?
Hey, look around you.
Did there used to be a temple here?
It seems that when the sand dune collapsed, it exposed these The symbols on the gate belong to King Deshret's civilization. This structure must be ancient. It could have been an underground palace in the distant past.
Oh, a miracle. Praise King Deshret!
What's he doing here? And his men too?
They must have fallen down here with us. Most of them seem in really bad shape. Except for him. He got off light.
Mind your head.
No, this isn't the time for conflict. Our exalted lord has shown us the...
He's not actually gonna go in there.
As it happens,
What are you doing?
don't you think it's curious? 1 minute, Lesser Lord Kusanali's power protects us. 2 major deities are vying to showcase their power to us.
Paimon thought you weren't interested in gods.
Indeed. In my view, gods are just a higher form of living being. New discoveries are always worth investigating, whether they have anything to do with God.
Raman, what are you gonna do about your men?
I'll just let them lay here. King Deshret will take care of...
It's full of life here. This defies comprehension. It looked...
Yeah! And there's so many plants. It's so pretty!
Sir Rahman,
Huh?
do you see another Rahman here?
Are you mocking me? What do you mean?
Interpret it however you want, but there's something I'd like to draw your attention to. While this structure is clearly left over from King Deshret's...
Whatever you say. It's not like I have a vision.
There's nothing to be angry about. Think of this as...
It does seem kinda strange. If that's true, then we might have to explore the...
Strike a pose!
One with nature.
How brilliant! Everybody stand back!
Into the wind. There is no escape. up! One with nature. Illusion shattered! Into the wind!
How dare you! May I present?
Wind strider! There is no escape! Let's light it up! Teamwork is dreamwork! One with nature. Clouds high. The birds call. Shine down! Ha!
Now that's a sight to see. King Deshret's splendor surrounds us.
There's so much vegetation here. It's different than what I expected.
Sure are a lot of plants for a desert.
That's what I call divine providence of King Deshret.
It's getting brighter! Oh, it looks so beautiful!
Wait. What's that?
A load of flowers. And it looks like there's something among them.
These are King Deshret runes.
They left something behind.
What does it say?
Here lies our faithful priest Kasala. His wisdom is a miracle among the people, deserving of high praise and admiration.
You can read ancient King Deshret script?
Of course. Every student needs to master at least 20 languages before they graduate.
He's not serious, right?
There's still something off about this place. The elemental energy, the scent of life. Is it trying to tell?
Is this it?
Analyzing.
There seems to be a hidden message among these skeletal remains. Excellent. There's a device from King Deshret's civilization in this gravesite. I'll transmit the information.
Isn't sharing knowledge against the Academia's rule?
Yes. However, under the circumstances, I prefer... You'll understand after watching it.
Civilization is born of knowledge, but so too can knowledge be its demise. A disaster caught us unaware. It was knowledge that did not belong to this world. King Deshret brought this forbidden knowledge into our world, and it quickly spread like a plague. People's minds were filled with crazed whispers. Dark gray scales spread across their bodies. Even the land was stripped of its vigor. Only a desperate, deathly silence remained. Were it not for greater Lord Rukkhadevata from the forests, the damage would have been irreversible. She summoned the priests to build temples and infused into them the divine power of life. The disaster was miraculously tempered, and the embers of our civilization were preserved in Aru village. Alas, the miracle could not last. As long as forbidden knowledge continued to exist, it would forever blight this world. In the end, the proud king of the desert, my eternal lord, chose to sacrifice himself. I have spent my whole life since guarding one of these many temples. But now, my duty is coming to an end. As I close my eyes for the final time, the sight of that noble deity will appear in my vision once more. In helping King Deshret to eradicate forbidden knowledge, she exhausted her strength, and her form became that of a small child. How strange. Now that I think of her, I no longer have any fear of death, for I sense that the spirit of life will abide with me during my eternal sleep. Children of the desert, Cling no longer to past grievances, but hold tight to the memory of this act of benevolence.
What was that?
The priest's memories.
No. No, impossible.
Greater Lord Rukkhadevata.
But this doesn't make any sense.
Was that the former Dendro Archon? She became so tiny.
You might be distrustful of the Akasha, but there's no reason for you to doubt King Deshret's technology. You've just witnessed his priest's last—
I've never heard about any of this before. The surviving followers of King Deshret all gathered in Aru village. Our god did not make mistakes. King Deshret's death, the all but total annihilation of our civilization, we saw her as nothing more than a traitor. Who stabbed us in the back in our moment of crisis. Just like us humans. Fighting, feuding.
You were blinded by your prejudice.
If I hadn't seen this for myself, if I hadn't witnessed his last words with my own eyes, how could I ever begin to accept this? The truth is so far from what I've always known. Am I really supposed to believe?
Raman, that's enough. Give it a rest. You're starting to make a fool of yourself.
My Eremites and I, what are we even fighting for?
Hey, how you doing?
I'll live. Thanks. I should probably go. Can't just stay here.
What's your next move gonna be?
Oh, I know what you're going to ask. I feel deep, but please, give me some time. After everything that's happened here today,
It's not gonna be easy.
well, I guess that's for me to deal with.
When would be a good time for us to go?
Tomorrow, I'll convince everyone, and I'll return every last one of your your village keepers. We'll share our other reasons.
You seem to finally understand that our true enemy is the sick.
Yes, the gods never gave up on anyone. It's the
That must have been rough, but he seems to have figured.
Ramon's no fool. Being the leader of your own faction in the desert is no— It's too bad he was held back by his belief in King Deshret. But now that that's changed, I guess we have a few more people on—
The outcome, at least, is favorable.
We should get going too. Let's head back, have a proper meal, and a nice. Sino, we're leaving.
Stop yelling.
Illusion shattered!
Raman, we're here.
Everything's been arranged. Someone will bring the village keepers back to...
I guess all I can say now is...
Don't mention it. I think we can both... But we share a common cause now.
Where are the perpetrators?
I'll bring you to them.
So these are the people who kidnapped the village keepers.
Oh no, it's the scribe!
There's no need to yell. No one can help you now.
We've been all over the desert trying to find you!
That's right.
General Mahamatra? No, no! Make it quick, please!
Whoa. The moment they set eyes on Sino, they turned...
You should have known that I would be coming for you.
Wait, we were just following orders. You know what I'm talking about, right? There's no way we could have done all this.
No, not Sino. He's gonna tear us limb from limb.
I could do worse.
Please have mercy.
Start talking. Otherwise, I'll have...
So, your superiors have kept you quite busy recently.
They, wanted to extract...
Don't play dumb. You know they extract divine canned knowledge.
I don't really...
Well, you better start talking!
You don't want to make things any more difficult for yourself, do ya?
Be my guest.
Uh-huh. That sure didn't sound like a fancy metaphor or anything.
How did you know?
There's no use hiding it now. Yes, you're right. The Academia is working on an important and potentially world-changing project. They are creating It may seem as if Sumeru's academics are thriving, but ever since the death of Greater Lord Rukkhadevata, the withering of Irminsul has been getting worse recently. The sages have tried everything they could think of, but nothing's worked. I'm always hearing them say things like, if only Greater Lord...
Continue.
And then, someone from the Fatui showed up. They called him the Doctor. He brought a gnosis, and said he wanted to borrow the Academia's research facilities. The Doctor was previously expelled from the Academia. At first, the sages looked down at him in disdain. But when he said those words, he asked them, do you wish to create a god?
This is what the arrogant ignorance at the extreme end.
First, the Academia spent a long time constructing a divine vessel, which was based after that. They harvested dreams via the Sebzerus Festival Samsara. With the Doctor's help, and the Akasha now functioning at maximum efficiency, they were able to use it to extract the power from the Gnosis. Next, they decided that their new god needed to possess divine wisdom. For that to happen...
It adds up.
But how do you determine whether the knowledge extracted is of divine...
Call it an educated guess? The Academia has been trying to figure out the exact source of the Scholar's madness for centuries, but nobody can explain the cause of this phenomenon. Surely you can see what that implies, Scribe Alhaith. If it's knowledge no mortal can comprehend, then it must be something only gods are able to decipher. In other words, it's the source of the God of Wisdom's
You must have noticed by now. The Academia doesn't care about who their god is. It's the ability to exercise It is as if they are cursed with a desire for omniscience and omnipotence that burns in their... Some organisms demonstrate phototaxis, and thus orient their entire lives in respect to sources of light. For the sages, this is but a form of phototaxis. For many scholars, the absence of a god of wisdom means
Then what does Lesser Lord Kusanali mean to you? Is she not a true god present in this world? If you already have...
From the beginning, the Academia has never treated her as a god. When the Academia first discovered Lesser Lord Kusanali, the newborn god of wisdom, the sages hoped that she would be as... They found that at the time, she possessed no more intelligence than any ordinary human child. The sages never had a ruder awakening. This forced them to accept that Greater Lord not to mention that Lesser Lord Kusanali's Gnosis had been used to power the Akasha this entire time. By herself, she has neither an Archon's raw power, nor the spectacular insight expected of a god of wisdom. Slowly but surely, people began to forget about her existence.
So, this...
All right, let's try to keep our cool. If everyone's in a bad mood, Rahman, give me a few men to help us escort the village keepers back to the village. And these two scholars...
Sure.
Adventure time! Let's light it up!
Time to work!
Showing you the praise! I'm going in!
My work finished.
There is no escape! Torn to oblivion! Shine down!
Teamwork is dreamwork! Let's light it up!
So quiet.
Let's move.
There is no escape!
The range knows me.
I'm going in!
Fallen leaves, adorn my night!
An unfortunate fault.
Illusion shattered!
Cook this through.
But a momentary distraction. Shine down!
One with nature!
The hunter becomes the hunted.
How about we explore
is no escape!
The wind knows me.
Shine down! Let's light it up! There is no escape!
You are not
Shine
welcome
down.
here.
Into the wind.
Showing you praise! Teamwork is dreamwork!
One with nature. As one with wind and cloud.
There is no escape! Let's light it up!
Regret.
Wind strider.
Light it up!
Into the wind.
Splendid! More interesting trinkets for me.
You are not welcome here.
That's close enough.
Teamwork is dreamwork.
Where do you think you're?
Now you shall perish.
Regret.
One with nature. Who says there aren't benefits to a life of wandering?
You need to watch out for any signs of earthquakes and sandstorms.
The village keepers you found have all been returned to their homes, and each one has a dedicated caregiver to look after them. The 2 new scholars are being kept under...
The atmosphere is so... Hey! Say something! Stop spacing out!
Come on, is there nothing left to talk about? In that...
Or I can go fetch some...
Oh! Paimon's so...
Do you have any plans, traveler?
Gods above, you're not talking about work, are you?
So you were still withholding some information?
Even though we lived through all of this firsthand, it still feels super surreal.
What a whirlwind of a story. I felt like I was holding my breath.
It seems like there'll be more issues to face in the days ahead.
Still, now's a good time to make our next move. Now that Ramon's joined us.
It's time to make a plan.
Indeed. These events are a flagrant transgression of the rules in every sense. We cannot allow it to...
So, everyone,
Crush the sages and rescue our god. That is our ultimate goal.
Well, let's brainstorm a little more about what other...
The next time we gather here, we must have a solid plan.
Yep, it'll work.
Don't rush. This is a big undertaking. Take it slowly. We need to make sure the plan is...
He's starting to read his
Would you like me to lend you something?
No way! Your books aren't quite...
I was joking. I know my books are far too difficult for you.
Ugh, you're so annoying!
In the past, I never imagined that if we can find a way to change all of this.
The past few days have been some of the most challenging work, and none of it'll earn me a single mora. I can't believe it.
Look on the bright side, Dia. Maybe we'll get a huge...
You've got a point. Hey, what would you do if...
Paimon would buy boatloads...
That's it?
And maybe some tasty drinks as well?
Well, here's to all our indulge, and here's hoping that everything we do from now on will change.
Hello there. Is there anything you need?
You must let me know if there's... Though I cannot leave Aru Village. I can't help but... I've never felt as roused as this when fighting. I suppose this must be...
Illusion shattered! Shine down!
Candace, we're here! Has everyone arrived?
Everyone is already waiting inside.
Well, what are we waiting for? Let's join...
Please. Wait a moment. Before attending the meeting,
What do you need?
promise me that you won't commit to anything too reckless.
What do you think?
Okay.
Of course not. It's all a bunch of rumors.
They're all waiting for...
Everyone's here so early! But why isn't any—
We already discussed things a bit.
Hey, where have you been? I've missed—
Are you ready?
Very well.
Are you sure this is gonna work?
I gotta admit, it's bold. Color me impressed.
The point of discussion is to arrive at a solution. Let's cut the small talk and move to the next.
You're making—
You're finally done.
I have some other stuff to take care of. Catch you all later. Come on, don't give me that face. I know what you're going to say.
That's what I wanted to hear. Well, Traveler, Paimon, judging from your expressions, the meeting must have been quite productive.
You can tell?
I'm not that good at scheming or strategy, but I can sense people's emotions. And based on your reaction, things must—
Paimon's a little worried.
To be honest, I feel the same. But you're already some of the Your deeds speak for themselves.
Candace, we stayed behind to tell you that, although you won't become—
I'm very glad I've said the same thing to everyone here today as I said to you when you arrived. Only when you're safe can the plan be successful. So please, you're welcome. And thank you for taking my— Good luck. With
Sounds good. I'll go.
Okay.
I'll hit them!
Have you finished saying your goodbyes?
Yeah! Also—
Yes, she did. But I think our plan is not child's play. We won't be able— I hope this is clear to you.
Huh? Shouldn't you be saying something?
Didn't we already do that during the meeting?
You can never have enough words of encouragement.
In that case, Candace can cuddle you to your heart's content while I continue to remind you of the We all have our jobs to do, after all. It's like how some people can be put in charge of logistics while others will fight on the front lines.
Speaking of the front lines?
Of course. Compared to the mercenaries, I'm merely a feeble. But the advantage of not being a mercenary is that I get to stay in the Just think about that mercenary who lost his mind.
Well, being a scholar is also a high-risk—
I'm not like the rest of them. Even among members of the same species, some will—
This guy. Paimon still remembers when those mercenaries in Port Ormos called you a lunatic.
All intellectuals are lunatics in the eyes of fools. Do you remember the record we saw in the King Deshret ruins? It mentioned forbidden knowledge. You have a good memory. Forbidden knowledge has the power to drive people insane, but this fact has never been shared with the public. Even I, who has worked in the academia— I think those mad scholars and mercenaries we encountered may have all fallen, but the academia has always held a different view. They've always believed that symptoms of madness are a side effect. Come to think of it, perhaps the academia has also never understood the true— the Withering, Elazar, and the sandstorms. Don't you think what is happening right now across Sumeru is rather similar to the forbidden knowledge pollution that occurred in—
But Paimon thought that Irminsul's disease is what caused the withering. At least, that's what Tainar— Wait a second.
Ah, you've connected the dots. The cause of Irminsul's illness may precisely be the—
But if that's the case, what should we do? This is huge!
Wait. Why do you think Lesser Lord Kusanali would have a solution to this situation?
You mean, it's related to the scene you saw when you passed out in the Avidia forest?
In that case, it's imperative that we rescue Lesser Lord Kus— To make sure we're still on track, I would like to check on the state of some of—
Where are we going?
To an Eremite base.
Illusion shattered!
Showing your face!
Shine down! Wind strider!
Wind knows me.
There is no escape! Illusion shattered!
Adventure time! It's a miracle! we go! Adventure time! Arthur is not...
Into the wind! Fallen leaves, adorn my night!
Let's light it up!
There is no escape!
Teamwork is dreamwork!
Run with nature!
Let's light it up!
Wind strike!
Illusion shattered!
It's a miracle! Off we go! Everybody stand back!
Into the wind! Clouds high, the birds call!
Shine down!
This isn't good.
There is no escape!
It's all good. Whatever the boss says.
Ah, they're here.
Huh? What are they doing?
I gave them some technical work.
Ah, it's the scribe. And is that the traveler I see?
How's the work going?
Ah, yes! We have fixed the devices according to your instructions. One of them is